And you talked about being 17, 18, your mom was going to drop you off.
Yeah, my mom was going to drop me off.
If you weren't doing anything wrong, you wouldn't have acted that way. So you know you're lying. You didn't know.
Yeah.
That's bull. So now you've lied to me like 7 different times.
Well,
I know more about this than you think I know. So I'm going to start asking questions where I know the answer. So you had best tell me now what you were thinking, why you came here, and what your intent was.
Even if you think you've seen every episode of Chris Hansen's shows, I guarantee you have never seen him this angry and agitated at somebody who's been lying to his face before. So sit back and enjoy this one, as this guy lies about pretty much every aspect of his story, and Chris is really not having it today, all right? Honestly, his anger kind of scares me. But before I spoil too much, let's just get right on into it. Make sure you drop a like if you enjoy my TCAP reactions, and let's get right on into it, shall we?
After some back and forth, the guy makes a call to the decoy.
So your mom can drop you off?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. So yeah, so my mom isn't here, so that's perfect.
So we're starting things off with a call to the decoy that this man is making, claiming that he is 18 years old and is having his mommy drop him off. Obviously, this is just a tactic for him to make the decoy feel safe when they really shouldn't, but thankfully it's Chris Hansen and his team behind this phone call, so they know exactly what's going on. But yeah, already giant red flag. This dude is fabricating stories about having his mom drop him off in order to diffuse things and make it seem like he's a similar age to the decoy. I'm not going to spoil his age yet, but he is not 18, I'll tell you that. He's much older.
You can send me the address, like your address.
Yeah, I can send it to you.
How old are you?
I'm 15. I already told you that.
Oh, I'm 17. Is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
And he asks to confirm the decoy's age on the phone, as if that isn't gonna incriminate him further. And when she tells him her age, he says, oh, I'm actually 17. Yeah, is that fine? I know it's only a couple year difference, but I'm 17 myself. Like, obviously this dude's lying. He's been lying about his age twice already. He told the decoy via text he was 18, and now he's saying 17. This dude is literally a walking red flag.
Hello?
Hello? Hey, sorry, I went to go pay.
All right. Can you walk to the street?
To the street?
Yeah, like...
It's raining.
You don't want to do the car date?
And here's where things get absolutely terrifying. So this dude is trying to get the decoy to come out of their house and meet him on the street at his truck. And he's like, oh, you don't want to come do a car date? Which they did not discuss at all. Also, that is just elevating things to a terrifying level. Obviously, they're not going to do this because that would be putting the decoy in some very direct danger. But this dude is already persistent, and he just seems so psycho to me. That is absolutely terrifying.
I don't want to walk out in the rain. He under the call.
Now he's circling the area. We think he's going to come back. As to who he really is and how old he is, well, we're about to find out.
And obviously it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know what this guy is doing is wrong. Everybody who participates in our modern day society knows that what he's doing is wrong. And that is why he is over here trying to get her to come into the truck, because in case it is a sting, that, leads to him not getting caught as easily. But thankfully they have a plan for this. They're just going to have her stand in the screen door so he can see her at least. And he does eventually come in because obviously they always show up. These guys' obsession with talking to people of this age online just makes them look past every red flag that shows this could be a sting, and instead they always show up. And I'm so thankful for that stupidity because, well, it gives us content to react to, and also catches them in the act so we can take them off the streets and put them in jail where they belong.
See, I told you it was cold. You even got your hands in your pockets. I just opened some gummy bears, so I was eating some gummy bears. We just got a whole bunch of Halloween candy.
She chats about candy.
And this dude walks in, hood up, hands in his pockets. Absolutely terrifying. I know that the cops that are waiting right around the corner and all the security detail that's here for Chris and his show are just terrified, wondering what the hell this dude's holding on to inside of his pocket. Hopefully he's just cold, but this could be a very dark situation very fast.
And he asks her a question.
you're not cow.
Oh, that?
And that's my cue to make my entrance. Hey, need you to take your hands out of your pocket, please. Take your hands out.
And this dude being so sketchy just causes Chris Hansen to have to make the reveal pretty much instantly. So let's get right on into that, and let's just say this reveal itself is different than the others because this dude's sketchiness levels cause them to do things a little bit different and out of order than what we're used to.
Have a seat right over there, please. Because we don't know who this guy really is, the ghost team moves in immediately.
You got anything? No. I'm sorry. Can you poke me, stick me? No.
So that's right, the cops come from around the corner, and so does the camera crew. They're like, you know what, screw it. This guy is so weird and sketchy. He's not even giving us his real name or age, and he's walking in here with his hood up and his hands in his pockets. We need to search this guy immediately to make sure there's no actual threat. So they do that, and let's just say tensions are obviously high for this guy. He's realizing that he is truly messed up. I gotta say too, it's kind of satisfying to see them react to the cops before they have the interview with Chris Hansen, and I wonder if this is gonna change Chris's demeanor, being able to do it this way, where he can finally be a little bit more, I guess, mask off with his condemnation of these guys' actions and, the way that he's talking to them.
What were you doing here today?
Nothing.
Nothing. Well, you had a chat online. Tell me what happened. How did you end up here in this house?
My friend gave me this number.
So we're starting things off with an idiotic lie that I've heard a couple other creeps in the show make, and I'm sorry, it makes no damn sense. He claims that his friend gave him this number and then told him to hit this girl up and, you know, try to rizz her up and come over to her house, but just leaves it at that. Who the hell is doing that? I'm sorry, none of my friends are out here playing matchmaker being like, hey, you should call this phone number and go to this person's house that you've never met before. I know it sounds a little sketchy, but you should just do it. It's gonna be a good time. And this guy was like, oh, you know what? Actually, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm also gonna weirdly lie about my age, and when I ask the person their age, I'm not gonna react when it's an age that's completely not appropriate for me to be speaking to.
And who was your friend?
Jose.
Jose? So how did Jose in Pontiac give you the address for this home?
He just told me to call this number.
He told you to call this number?
Yeah.
When Jose tells me to call a number, damn it, I call it, all right? There's no question in Jose, trust me. If you knew this guy, you'd know that he's for real, and when he tells you to do something, you do it, or else there might be some repercussions. Like, what the hell is this? Is Jose some sort of mob boss, bro? Like, you don't have to listen to everything your friend tells you, especially if it's some weird, sketchy phone number they're trying to get you to call. Like, I would be so weirded out, I would not go through with that, but he's running with this idiotic story, so let's see where it goes from here.
This number.
He told you to call this number?
Yeah. I called the number.
You called the number?
I didn't know, man.
You what?
I didn't know.
You didn't know what? So Jose calls you up. What's your name?
Jesus.
So we finally get this guy's name, Jesus, and I love that he slips up here. He's like, I didn't know, man. And Chris is like, didn't know what? Because they haven't mentioned the age at all yet, so he really wouldn't know the actual person's age if he never asked, according to his story, and if he didn't know why he was here, which is also, according to his story, is apparently true. We know it's not, but he almost said her age, and then he realizes that he shouldn't know this information yet if he truly is innocent, so he's like, I just didn't know that I didn't know that I didn't know, sorry. Like, this dude is fumbling under the pressure, and I'm loving to see it right now.
Jesus. And how old are you?
I'm 20.
20.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're 20, and
This dude is absolutely one of the worst liars I've ever seen. I mean, he's practically his pants in front of Chris Hansen right now, and he can't even answer these questions with like an ounce of confidence. He's like, I'm 20. Yeah. It sounded like I was going to say, the rest of the number there, but I'm just 20. Even though earlier I said in the chat 18, and on that phone call you just overheard probably, I said I was 17, but I am 20. You got to believe me. I'm an honest guy, all right?
Jose calls you on your cell phone.
Yeah, he told me just come over here.
Come over here, and he gave you this address.
Yeah.
And what did he say was going to happen?
I don't know, he just told me to come to this address.
And his backstory is so freaking terrible, bro. He's like, there was no point in me coming over here. He didn't tell me why. I just, got up into my car and drove here because Jose told me to. And again, I got to do everything Jose says.
Yeah.
Just for fun, Jesus, go to this address and see what happens. Is that it? That's your story?
Yeah.
And why would you possibly do that?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Stupid.
You're stupid.
Oh, wait, never mind. This guy's dumb. Hey, guys, let's wrap it up. You can tell the cops to go home. Let's put the cameras away. This guy's just stupid. That's it. That's a great excuse. Now that totally excuses every terrible thing he's literally been trying to do the entire time that he's talking to this decoy. Obviously, if you can't sense the sarcasm in my voice, that was completely sarcastic. This, again, is not a good excuse. There never is a good excuse, but this isn't even close to one if it did exist.
Because your first story doesn't make sense. People don't get a phone call from a friend and say, go to this house for no good reason. That's bullshit. You know that. Yeah. So tell me the truth.
And geez, I don't actually know if I've ever heard Chris cuss on this entire, journey of watching all of his shows. And if you're driving him to this point, you could tell you are really pissing the man off, all right? And this is not somebody you want to mess with. He's in control of this entire narrative and pretty much the rest of your life at this point by filming this. Like, you got to be telling him a little bit of truth mixed in with these idiotic lies, please.
That's what he told me.
Well,
go with here.
What's his number?
248.
He thinks I'm bluffing. But think again, Jesus. 248.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Chris is pulling out all the stops right now, dude. He is in his prime, bro. If you thought that Chris getting older meant he was going to get softer on these guys, it is the opposite, I got to tell you. This new series that I'm watching of his, both episodes so far have been absolute gas. He literally is like, all right, what's Jose's phone number then? And pulls out his personal phone number and is going to dial the number that this dude produces, which is going to be completely random, I'll tell you. Let's see where it ends up going, or if it even is a phone number that's in service, because he really backed this dude into a corner right here. That is some big baller move.
And his name is?
Jose.
Let's see if this Jose answers the call.
Thank you for calling the Village Phone 1.
The number he gave me was to a senior living facility in Michigan.
So yeah, I don't think that's Jose's number. I really don't think Jose exists. That phone number went to a senior living facility, which just could not be more perfect. I'm glad it was actually a phone number in service that had a voicemail set up. That kind of seems rare in modern society, but that is amazing TV right there. Chris is just so quick-witted when it comes to these guys. You got to think of how much pressure he's in when he's, talking to these people, yet he doesn't fold. He just produces these amazing moments over and over.
I'm not lying.
Yeah, you are. It doesn't make sense. So you got a chance here because I know more about this than you think I know. So I'm going to start asking questions where I know the answer. So you had best tell me now.
And dude is going nuclear on this guy. He literally is more agitated than I have ever seen on this entire history of this show, and I am living for it. If you are not enjoying this right now, I don't know what's wrong with you, because usually he doesn't go this hard on these guys, but I think it's something about this dude's sly smile as he's giving us these half-assed lies, and the fact that the lies are so egregious and so unbelievable that Chris just has no patience for this idiot.
No, I told her, I asked her if she was old enough, and they said, yeah, the number.
I'm confused. You start from the top.
And he claims he heard the person's age, but we literally just saw that phone number in the intro here where he asks how old the decoy is, and they say it very plainly. I don't get how this dude doesn't think that was being filmed or being, you know, recorded at that point. Now that he's seen the police here, how dumb is this guy?
Okay, so that's lie number one. Number two, you said your mom was going to drop you off. That was a lie. And then you said to me that your friend Jose gave you the number and set this all up. That was a lie too.
Yeah, I'm actually 20, so I know that's like a little bit weird, but yeah, I'm still pretty young, and my mom was gonna drop me off, I swear. I know the other stuff was lies, but that one was the truth, actually. Yeah, she was gonna drop me off, but she was just at home. Like, this dude just giving up trying to even be realistic. He realizes that he's done for, and I don't get why he's not starting to be truthful. I mean, that's the best way out of this, at this point at least.
And do you understand why you're in trouble?
Yeah, because I didn't know, though.
You talk about it in the chat.
I knew it was a lie.
But why are you here then?
I mean, yeah, I get why I'm in trouble, but I didn't even know. It's not like I asked multiple times this person age in the chat, and then I also asked on that phone call that you just recorded 10 minutes ago before I showed up, where I clearly asked how old they were, and they told me, you know, the part where I lied about my age for a second time for no reason, but I still don't know, like, why I'm in trouble. Like, this dude is so clueless. He's just such an idiot, man. He's pissing me off at this point. Chris, just get to the arrest, please.
So what should happen to you?
I don't know. Whatever happens, I don't know.
What do you want?
Whatever you guys gonna do.
All right. Well, I'm Chris Hansen.
So now at this point, Chris is just beat red with anger and frustration of dealing with this guy, and the fact that he's laughing at this as if it's some sort of big joke, when really, in reality, his life is forever changed as a result of this.
And I do stories. Have you ever seen my stories?
No.
To Catch a Predator, Hansen vs. Predator, Takedown with Chris Hansen?
No.
Well, now you're on one. That's what all these cameras are for.
And Chris is now giving him his freaking resume. Like, dude, I've been doing this. I've got 3 different shows under my belt for about 20 years. You never seen any of it? Like, I've destroyed so many people like you, you know? Like, I wouldn't mess with me right now. And this guy's still just thinking it's all jokes for some reason. Maybe that's a nervous diffusal of this, you know, tense situation for him, but it's just so mad disrespectful when you are the one in the wrong here.
All right. So these fellows are going to have a word with you.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want people to know about this predicament?
No, I didn't do nothing, though.
Okay. Well, that's not true either.
And he gives him one more chance to tell the truth here before the sheriffs start to handle this guy and take him away to the station, and he once again lies, saying he didn't do anything. So, yeah, we didn't get any truth out of this guy, and Chris was fed up with it the entire time. We actually find out in the very end here, he's 29 years old and is actually here on a work visa that, under investigation, they don't even know if it truly exists. So it sounds like this dude is actually going to be handed over to be dealt with internationally and probably deported as a result of this. And yeah, there's just no getting around this. This dude absolutely derailed the rest of his life. I hope he's happy with this little TV moment that he had, looking like a complete creep and weirdo, but I want to know what you thought of this one down in the comments below. If you found it as equally entertaining as me when Chris popped off on this moron. There's much more of these on the way this month, and along with other shows, so make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an upload of mine, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace out.